Peace to the gods. Y'all, this is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do when it comes to my spiritual gifts. These channel messages, these mediumship messages, they weigh heavy on me. They do. My little baby Codi has been coming to me for probably the last 2 weeks, but it's been getting really, really strong these last few days. And one of the things he's saying is he just wants peace. He wants it to be over. He wants his daddy to be able to get some help. He does not want his father to be punished. Something else that he kept saying to me that actually made me go ahead and do this for him. He kept saying, my dad's a good person. My daddy's a good person. And yes, he was mean, but my daddy's a good person. He kept saying his daddy is special. His daddy is special. And he was like, he doesn't understand why his daddy hurt him. I told him because his daddy was sick. But he's been sick for a long time. And last time, when I did a message for Codi, it actually had cut off. And when it cut off, I was actually talking about how his father had an issue with addictions, not drugs, but other addictions, and how his father also knew that he was mentally ill, but he didn't really want the assistance, because he was like, oh, I want to be going to doctors, they have me on all this medicine, talking to a therapist like I'm crazy. So he didn't want to go through that, and a lot of yang energy goes through that. I'm not saying his father should be, slapped on the wrist, but I'm saying we as humans have to understand we all have gone through some crazy ass shit in our lives, and especially these last few years. We have to look at the entire picture and not just stone him, because that's how humans do. Do he deserve to have his ass beat? Hell the fuck yes. But if Codi, if Codi can forgive his daddy, and it happened to Codi, I think the rest of us need to work on forgiving him too. When this story first hit, oh my goodness, this area was on fire. Everybody was looking for this little boy. They made a Valentine's Day sign for him so people could come drop off cards. And he just floating in the air, waiting for y'all to find out. So here we go. Come on, Codi. My daddy was doing the best he could. He always had a lot on him. I used to try to make him smile, because he used to have a bad day a lot. When he would have bad days, he'd take it out on us. He would yell and scream at us. I'd be scared. Oh my God. It hasn't been the same since Mommy left. He was happier, but they argued a lot. I don't understand why she left me. My daddy would take us places. He wasn't all bad. We go places like the park or the pool or the beach. He would take us places. But sometimes we were too much for him. He said we would always drive him crazy. I didn't really know what he meant. I used to run to my daddy for hugs. And sometimes I would run from my daddy. I remember when it was cold. He's talking about the month of December, y'all. He was stressed over some bills. He leave us in the house a lot in the daytime and at night. Which is something else that I talked about when the camera cut off last time, how he had issues with sex addiction. Like, he had to have somebody love on him. He had to feel wanted. And so sometimes he would, a lot of the time, he would put whoever he was dating over his children. It wasn't that he was trying to be a bad father. It's just he was trying to find a way to keep his sanity. So self-medicating through whatever it may be. Self-medicating doesn't have to be drugs. It could be binge watching TV, binge drinking, sex addiction. It could be a lot of things. And as much as the world is mad with this boy father, he is so loving and has so much grace for his father. He really, really, really loved his daddy. But he just didn't understand why his daddy was so angry all the time. And also take into consideration what his father has been through. He was in the military. No, not an excuse. But I know a lot of people that went in the military. This is a military area. We have the largest Navy base in the entire world. If you are in the Navy, more than likely, you have to come through Virginia at some point in your Navy career. I only know one person that has gone into the military and came back normal. So, mental health is a huge thing in the military, y'all, okay? From what I believe I'm hearing him say, I can't hear it very clearly. I do believe he's saying his dad would always take his oldest brother with him. And he told him, I'll be right back. Y'all be good. Don't open up the door. Don't be playing with shit. I thought my daddy was gonna get better. But the more and more it went on, I realized he's not going to get better. My daddy just really had a bad day. He whooped me really bad that day. I can hear Codi screaming while he whooping him. Codi said, I forgive my daddy, so the world should too. That take a lot of strength. That take a lot of strength. He said, I forgive my daddy, so the world should too. He's saying he knew he was loud. And daddy always would tell him be quiet. Because he had one of those like high-pitched screams that little kids have when they running and they playing and stuff. His daddy couldn't take it. He couldn't stand it. He's a child, though. That's what children do. I really wish his daddy would have got some help or told somebody, I can't handle this. Because this little boy had so much light in him. He had such a beautiful soul. He was so loving, so forgiving. But he was terrified. He was scared. And he's saying one day his daddy just went too far. He's saying he was here for Christmas because they can't figure out exactly when he went missing. Like, that's a big question mark. Because they're trying to figure out exactly when he went missing, because clearly he went missing long before the daddy actually called. But he was saying he was here for Christmas. I can't hear if he was here for New Year's. He said, is that when they dropped the ball? He was a smart little boy. He's so smart. Yes, baby, that's when they dropped the ball. I don't think he was here for New Year's. But one thing I do know he kept saying was, he said his daddy moved him. So wherever he had him at first, he moved the body. And he did tell me it's going to be hard for them to find his body. And he said he kind of wants them to give up looking for him, but you know it'll bring his mommy peace. So he wants them to find it. And I'm going to be honest, I keep seeing, and I was seeing it last time, I keep seeing a bridge and a big body of water. So, yeah. He could have possibly tossed them over. So fucked up. Anything else, Cody love, before I go to the reading? Oh my goodness. He said he wants the world to give his daddy another chance and be nice to him. He said he understands people have bad days. And he said something about he doesn't understand why there's so many angry people in the world. Well, he said mean people in the world. But the main thing I heard him say was he just wants the entire world to have peace. He wants world peace. He wants everybody to stop fighting and stop being mean to each other. I think we should try to do that for him. Me included. Okay, Lord. He said, tell my daddy I love him, please. So, Mr. Bigsby, if you listening, your son said he still love you. Okay. 2 readings. I'll try to make it quick. First reading that came out. Oh, gracious. The 9 of Wands. The Devil. The Hierophant. Justice. The Queen of Swords. And the underlying energy is the 4 of Pentacles. The underlying energy lets me know it was so much. It was such a toxic situation in that household. It was such a toxic situation in that household. His daddy's main problem is he does not know how to let go of the past, which also lets me know he does suffer from PTSD. Once again, not making excuses for him, but I'm someone who suffers from multiple PTSDs, and it is a bitch because you can't control it, but the best way you can do to deal with it is to go to therapy, Mr. Bigsby. I have been going to therapy pretty much non-stop since June 2019. And I refuse to stop going. I don't care how many therapists I have to find until I can function like somewhat of a normal human being. Because people who have mental health issues, we cannot function like normal people, but we be trying. Okay, So with this Four of Pentacles, it lets me know it was money issues, lots of things that he was experiencing, his father Corey, of course, with like trauma and things of that nature. Now, also with this Queen of Swords, it would be that woman that Codi was talking about, that woman that was mean, whoever this girlfriend was, or whoever this main chick was, or this lady in his life. She also influenced his father's actions. Once again, not making excuses, but this is real world that we talking about here. She is a manipulator. She is a manipulator. And she had his daddy wrapped around her finger. Okay, Codi's saying something about the house that they had purchased. He's saying he was there, but he long been moved. Or the thing they were looking at, he long been moved. A lot of people were wondering about the ground up under the deck. He said, no, I'm not there. I keep seeing a body of water. Now, with the Nine of Wands, the Devil, the Hierophant, and the Justice card, Mr. Bigsby, it'd be best to come clean now. It would be best to come clean now, because they will find some type of sufficient evidence to pin this on you. You know what you did. It'd be best to come clean now. He's worried about how many people are going to hate him and this, that, and the third. And, ooh, he's worried about disappointing his sister. Yeah. Mr. Bigsby, you should have thought about that before you did this shit. That was some real heartless shit to take your own child. To even let the thought into your head, you should have known, okay, I really need help. But okay. So with this Devil card, like I said, he's really dealing with a lot of demons right now, especially now. They've been let the fuck loose. I'm hearing he was not in his right body or right mind when he did that shit. Like he was possessed. Gracious. Communication is a huge issue in this situation as well. You lied to the courts. They're going to make you pay for that, Mr. Bigsby. It's best to go ahead, come clean now. They're saying they are going to definitely find that evidence, especially with this Hierophant card. They're going to have some type of clue, some type of tip-off or something. But trust me when I say that man is torturing his damn self. Every day is hell for him. He cries like a baby at night. He's scared. He thinks somebody gonna get him. And he's still going through a lot. And now he's realizing his choices and decisions he has made. So with the next reading, we have pay attention to the signs, entrapment, and dreams. Like I said, he's being tortured. He's having replays of it and flashbacks of it. It's popping up in his dreams. Codi's popping up in his dreams, haunting him. And it's fucking him up. He is forever entrapped in what he did. Like I said, he had issues long before this shit ever happened. But just pay attention to the signs. He gonna fuck around and slip up though. But alright, y'all. This is all that I have. I just came to respect Codi's wishes. And I ask that you please respect Codi as well. And pray for his soul. That's all I can say. Pray for his soul.